Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ET Auto Smart Factory Virtual Summit, bringing continuity in crisis. I'm Nabeel A Khan. Hope you all are keeping well, safe, and healthy. Undoubtedly, the year 2020 has thrown unprecedented challenges and unpredictability in everyone's lives and all kinds of businesses. But it has strongest bearing and impact on the sectors which are manpower intensive or are considered non-essentials. Thus, manufacturing industry becomes one of the most vulnerable sectors as it is highly manpower intensive. Especially if we talk about automobile industry, which is not essential also, which is almost 25% of total manufacturing GDP of the country, and also one of the most taxed sectors. So how will automotive manufacturing change in times like these, and what will drive the changes in automotive manufacturing? So first thing first, what is smart manufacturing? Is it merely implying automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, industrial IoT, or it goes beyond to the level of strategic collaboration between machine and human being? Or is it largely a business case of efficiency, productivity, or quality? How it has changed in a post-COVID world, that is also another aspect that we have to look into when we talk about smart manufacturing in automotive industry. So let's first list down what has changed in a post-COVID era. Here are my top 5 drivers that will be at the center as we imagine or reimagine the smart manufacturing and smart workforce. Unpredictability and volatility in terms of demand, manpower, and funds. This is one of the biggest change that has come. That will be the key element that will help the people, or that will be at the center while people are taking decision on manufacturing, or when they talk about smart manufacturing. Social distancing is another thing. Because of the fear of spread of infection, shop floor has to be least manned and more of automation or more of machine has to be deployed. Flexibility in terms of product. The changing demand in product and expectation from the consumer has changed, because they will be certainly looking at some feature, health related feature, to be employed in cars or automobiles. That needs to be fulfilled. For that you need flexible manufacturing. You need to produce multi-models in one production line. That has to be there. Then there's a strong dichotomy. If we talk about the shrinking business, that has certainly pushed the industry to think about conserving cash, because if you go on the high capital cost that we have, also the lending is not easy anymore because of the NPA situation. So how will the company be in a situation to invest on smart manufacturing or automation, or improving the quality of shop floor, or deploying a lot of technology? That will be a big problem at this current situation. While these are some of the factors that will pave the way forward, the sector needs to overcome at least two main concerns. That is, one is uneven or uncertain supply chain, both on the domestic level, also at the international level. If you talk about automobile products, they have thousands of components. Even if one component is not supplied on time, that means this is an hindrance to your product rollout. Then if you talk about in long term, the smart manufacturing or automation on the shop floor will lead to a lot of job cuts, because a lot of skills will become redundant and people will be required to be reskilled. Do we have enough resources to reskill these huge manpower? Can we manage that in a short time? That is another big aspect. And there's a political pressure also to maintain job in the Indian market. How will the industry or corporation deal with this? These are two big a concern that the industry needs to overcome to address all these concerns. And how is it going to be successful? How will the industry adopt industry 4.0 or smart manufacturing? So I take pride in announcing the luminaries from the automotive value chain who are going to be present all through the day and going to interact with you. You can ask your questions to them directly in the chat box. Let me take some names. We have Mr. Vijay Nakra, CEO of Mahindra and Mahindra Auto Division, who is going to give you the keynote address. We are also joined by Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, who is head of manufacturing at Maruti Suzuki Limited. He is also member executive board at Maruti Suzuki Limited. Mr. Ganesh Mani, who is Director Manufacturing at Hyundai Motor India, is also present, and he is going to interact with you all. We are also joined by the stalwarts of the auto component manufacturing industry, Mr. Deepak Jain, who is President ACMA, and also Mr. Ashok Taneja, who is MD and CEO of Shriram Pistons and past President of ACMA, who is present and going to discuss on the subject today. We are also joined by Mr. Prabhakar Karappa, who is MD and CEO of PSA Avtech Powertrain. So these are some top speakers who are going to engage with you directly one-on-one in the chat box, apart from giving their lectures and presentations. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking out time and joining ET Auto Smart Factory as speaker. And everyone who are watching, thank you so much for joining ET Auto Smart Factory. Wish you a very fruitful day ahead. Thank you so much.